have a source of water. He told me, I have a lot of water there. So one day we came with him here, and I surveyed this land. From this, we can now see from this corner here of this fish pond here to that far corner of that fish pond there. This area upwards there, we have some trees. These trees here. There's water coming from that area to that far end.
Underground seepage.
Underground seepages.
Yeah, it's like a spring.
Like a spring. So that's where now the idea of the hanging beam came. So because we could not put a perimeter wall till downwards, because we had to attract water from that far end to access our pond. This pond, the way you can now see it this way here, it doesn't have any water here.
This
it
water,
doesn't
because
rely on its own water.
This whether this do you guys provide it with water? Because I can see it's very, very clear.
Okay. You can just come and show you.
Okay.
That's why I'm talking about. This pond. It was a dry area. It's like constructing here a pond.
Yeah.
So we have to drive water from the spring sources to accumulate onto the pond. It's from another source, not the same source. Okay. So like this place, you can see it's somewhere wet.
Yeah. This place is wet.
Yeah. Wet, huh?
This place is
very wet.
In fact, here it's very, very wet. Let me show you. You can see, very, very wet.
So this area is the one that has water.
Water.
Yeah. And you can now come here and see.
Oh, there's more water.
Yeah. You can see here.
Yeah.
We have water flowing from every part here. You can see what is now accessing this area. We have from this.
Oh, actually here you can see it clearly.
Yeah, clearly.
The water is just seeping from
under that. Huh?
Yeah. Look at that.
And this spring here.
And there's another one.
Yeah, we have this spring here.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can see this is where now water is coming. But from that far end, I've just compacted some hardcore here. We have some hardcore down here, whereby what is now filtered accessing the pond.
Okay.
So this pond doesn't have any water there, but we drive water from their sources to just accumulate to our pond.
Because I want, how do you get to construct this with this, all of this water flowing all the time? How do you make it possible?
Okay, when we started, it was not segmented.
Yeah.
So water was just accessing to this first fish pond, then accessing the second one. It was not separated into segments. You can now see that part accessing to the second fish pond.
Okay.
It was not there. So whenever it was just constructed, it was a one plain thing.
One plain thing.
From here to downwards. It was not yet segmented. So water was just moving from this source, accessing this first fish pond. And then flowing to the second, to the third. So it was just one thing.
Okay.
So that's how it was now minimized. From the third one now, we had some outlets that were now letting water out.
So this spring acts as the inlet.
The inlet.
And the outlet is?
It's now downwards at the third fish pond.
You know what I'm figuring? It's very sustainable because you don't have to manage the inlet and the outlet.
Of course, yes.
Because I see some people, the one who have fish pond, they normally, sometimes they go put in some fresh water and then drain the other one. But with this, it is advantageous.
This one, it's just natural. It's flowing on its own. We have this just the incoming, just the inlet. They're just going onto the fish pond. Then from the first fish pond here, what's now accessing this first fish pond? You can see fish are now running here.
So people can be wondering, we are talking about fish pond and we have not seen any fish so far.
Yeah.
So
I can just give them something. They can now come.
Let's see.
They're going to come. They're going to come. They're there. They're coming.
Yeah, I can see them.
Yeah. You can see.
They normally tell me this camera is water. Can you try it?
They talk about that?
Yeah.
After we finish filming.
We will try. Okay, let me show them the fish. Maybe I go close.
No. Not closer.
They'll go away.
Yeah, they'll go away. Just set your camera. They're just going to come. They're coming. can see them?
Yeah. Which type of fish are these?
These are just tilapia fish.
Okay.
Yeah, we stocked here. It's just a mixture of red, bright red, and bright black.
Okay.
They're just a mixture. So
what do you mean? First of all, what do you mean by white?
Bright black,
bright
red.
What does that mean?
These are just the species of tilapia.
Okay.
Which just they are somehow they have a reddish color in their fins and tail, and the other body somehow bright.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, and the others, their body is somehow bright, but the fins are somehow blackish. Yeah.
And actually, they are coming.
Yeah, they're now there.
Yeah.
They do sense.
You can see the fish, guys.
Yeah, there. Huh?
Yeah, although they sense the camera, and they run away. I like how they are feeding.
But if no one is just here, and the water is if you can just have a good awesome amount of water into this pond here, and now they are now raised up.
Okay.
So you can now view them very correctly because they have that mentality that if they have a lot of water into the pond, they can just disappear at any time. So they come up whenever we have sunlight. So they do come up at the water surface, so as you can just view them very correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And maybe somebody could be wondering, are these fish for pets or are they just for pets or for eating?
These tilapia fish are just for, we can just talk about, they're just fed. They're just fed with the local materials and even the concentrate materials. So they can just be eaten.
Okay, they can be eaten.
Yeah.
These ones.
But for the ornaments I brought yesterday, ornamental, they're just stocked onto the second fish pond, whereby we are just going to transfer them to this pond. So as we have a good color deco onto this pond, you can now see them how they're just moving onto this pond. But the ornamentals are not eaten.
What's the meaning of ornamentals? Because
somebody might be wondering. These are just the fish, colored fishes.
Colored fishes.
Yeah, they are just there for the deco and to bring some that we call the color, to bring that color or to bring what it's just for the deco,
for beautification,
for beauty.
Okay.
So they are just koi, called koi. We have some yellow, we have orange, we have goldfish, zebra fish, white fish. We have even what we call the black fish. Yeah, they're there. Even the red fish, they're there. So they are both stocked at the second fish pond. As we stock them, even these ones here are not to be in this fish pond here.
Oh, you transfer them?
I transfer them to the second one, but I never seal them. I do. You can now see the second fish pond come.
Okay.
But before we go so far, this place here you can now see it's just constructed, and that area is constructed. So this is where we are just going to rear some turtles.
Oh, so are the turtles here?
No, not yet. We have some tortoise.
Tortoise.
Not turtles. Yeah.
We have some tortoise.
Yeah, we have them to this second fish pond.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're there. They're not viewable more so, but we are just risking them so as they can now stay here. Okay. Because whenever we just don't restrict them here, they're going to just disappear. So we have to restrict them to settle at this our ponds. So this is where now the turtles and the tortoise will now be fed, and people are just going to swim with them here. This is where
you can swim with the turtles here. So
it's just going to be raised until this top side of this fish pond, to that far end, and that constructed stones to be raised a bit. So water that will now accumulate here will be we can talk about the volume accumulated at that pond. It's the same volume accumulated at this area. Because this is where now water is collected. So it has to be filled there, then it comes back to this pot.
So next time I come, I'll swim with the turtles.
You will swim with them here.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that amazing experience. I'm going to China soon, but when I come back, this is the first thing I want to do. Of course, the next time.
So we have this is the first fish pond. 42 meters long.
42 meters long.
Yeah. We have this is the second fish pond, and now the fish. You know, whenever the construction was just undergoing, we transferred this fish from this first fish pond towards this second fish pond.
Oh, so you've transferred them before? Or you'll transfer them later?
I transferred them when the construction was just undergoing, but I gave them room because they like some clean water, very large space. They don't want congestions more so. So I left the pipings that penetrate water to the second fish pond. They are just open. So they do trespass and come back. They come and get out. So whenever I want to drain this water from this fish pond, I have to open the outlet of this fish pond, which is the draining pipe. So as this water, as how it goes down, this one goes down. And we have an outlet of this first fish pond. It's just here.
This one?
Yeah, that's the it's called the outlet. Yeah. So but to the second fish pond, it's now called the inlet.
The inlet.
Yeah.
Oh, this so what is the outlet for this?
Yeah.
But the inlet for this.
Yeah. So what is just going to reach there? The pipe is. Yeah.
So actually, the water comes from the underground sweepages or the springs, so they enter underground, right?
Yeah.
They enter
the sacks.
Through the sack. Oh, they enter through the sacks.
Yeah.
So you put like sand.
Yeah. There's some sand in the sack.
So through the sacks. They enter here, they spill up to that end.
Yeah,
and then
it's now filled here.
Yeah.
When it's now filled, it goes to this outlet. Then it pours water to this second.
There's another small outlet over there.
That one is called a drainage pipe.
Drainage pipe.
Yeah, that's a drainage pipe.
Let me show them the drainage pipe. This one.
This one. There's a drainage pipe there.
Yeah. Okay.
So whenever now water is now full here, to now drain to this second fish pond.
So
whenever it drains here, but we are not yet, you know, you can now see where the tiling reached. So it's now a continuation, but they reached there. Because of the party or the celebration of this Christmas time. So by January they are going to resume to the work. So as they finish tiling this second fish pond. So whenever they were now tiling this first fish pond, we transfer them to the second fish pond. So whenever now it's just going to be levelized with hardcore to the floor. So we are now going to transfer them, reallocate them back to the first fish pond. Then we seal. Then water accumulates.
You seal here.
Then water accumulates. It's just a pipe. But it has some stoppers. Let me show you the stopper. Have some stoppers here. These are just stoppers.
These are the stoppers.
Oh, so you can now see that pipe down there. So it's just sealed with this stopper. Then water will now not flow to this second fish pond. So that water will now accumulate. Yeah.
Oh, impressive. What?
So after there, we stocked here. You can just see the fish we are talking about.
Yeah, the goldfish, the koi.
The koi one is up by now.
And somebody might be wondering, are they freshwater fish or salty water or marine?
Fresh water.
These are fresh water.
Yeah, fresh water.
Yes. Can you do a marine one here?
Can you now see that one?
Let me show them the fish. I saw this come yesterday.
You saw it?
Yeah. And also in the video.
It's now went
underground.
Yeah.
There were several.
Yeah, there were several.
Yeah.
But they're not coming up by now. You know, they have not adjusted to the climate so far. And water temperature, so they have to bear with the circumstances. Yeah.
So, begs me to ask a question. Now, if you order fish, and now they have come, what is the first step you do before introducing to such new environment?
You know, I am used to go for them alone. Because I know the measures of just transportation. And whenever we just go to pick some fish, or we have just placed an order, so you have an order, then they just put onto the sack, which is just a polythene sack, with water and oxygen, and sealed, with tied with this stuff here, bladder.
Bladder, or like this one.
these bladders,
Okay.
do tie that polythene bag.
So you put the water first, and then you pump
fish,
some oxygen, then fish,
and
then
you pump in oxygen.
like the oxygen, the tank. You must have the oxygen tank.
Yeah, they have the oxygen.
So you
tank.
pump into the polythene.
Yeah, then it's now sealed properly with this bladder. Then they remove that we got the hose pipe that brings in oxygen. Then whenever they bring it out, they now tie tightly now. Then it's now good for transportation.
Okay.
You are now given like 12 hours for transportation
Because of the oxygen.
it has the oxygen in.
So
So that oxygen put just enlisted in, it's for 12 hours.
So after now you have received the fish in your home.
Now
What's
they
the
are
first
here.
start process of introducing them to the pond?
When they reach to your, we call about the site. Whenever they reach here, the first step is just you go direct to the fish pond to just deposit them or stock them to the fish pond. So you just enter the fish pond with an immediate effect because
Immediately.
yeah, immediately. You
Because-
just enter to the fish pond, then you untie the sack, then don't release that water that was with the fish inside, but make sure that the pond water first is now put onto that sack first
For the fish to get used.
to get that
New environment.
the environment,
Yeah.
that's the climate
Yeah.
and the coldness of this water pond. So whenever now mixes with that water it came with, so it will now goes out alone.
Okay,
You don't
okay.
force it.
You don't pour it.
No, don't pour it. It now flow it on outside.
What will happen if you just pour it?
Now that one, whenever, even if you transport them, they have that stress. It's like chicken.
Yeah.
When you're transporting some small chicks, they have some stress. So you have to use some, maybe talk about some chemicals so that you can just treat them. So whenever you just misuse the stocking way, so you are just going to create some stress to those fish.
Okay.
Because of now, from transportation of jumping onto the water.
Okay.
So you have to just install them very slightly onto the water. Yeah.
All right.
So as you just leave miscellaneous effects to them.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And we stocked here the first fish pond. We stocked around 300.
300?
Yeah, 300
Ornamental
brood fish.
what?
No, brood fish, which are just the tilapia fish.
Or brood are also called
The brood are just the breeding fish.
breeding fish.
Yeah, the
So
female
they are
ones.
to fertilize the females so that we have so many fish.
Yeah, they are now going to multiply here.
Okay.
And yesterday I brought 23, which are just the ornamentals. So as now they will bring that colorful, the color and the decor of this area.
Okay.
So we have just to see some reddish, some yellowish,
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
to see some colors inside here.
Yeah. Let me see if I can look at that and then we start we finally start proceeding down. Where will you take the thumbnail? Here or there?
Let us take it there.
There.
Yeah.
Nice shot. Very nice shot.
That's gone. Oh, it's there. It's here in front.
You can't see the others. The others were whitish.
Yeah, some are reddish,
Yeah.
yellowish.
Yeah.
So people might be asking, why did he just construct these fish ponds here?
And you have a very big name for, I've never heard about that, the floating beam fish pond.
It's called a flying beam fish pond.
Flying beam
Yeah,
fish pond. I've
it's a-
never
it's
heard
a
about it.
flying.
First time I'm hearing about
Yeah,
it.
it's just a flying beam. It's from that far end to this end here.
Yeah.
So this is just a flying beam.
Yeah.
It's just here.
Yeah.
So the purpose of this
pond.
fish pond here, you can now see it's sealing like a half of the house. you know?
Yeah.
Sealing like a half of the house.
Yeah. Or
So-
I give them that perspective. So this is the villa.
Yeah.
This is the plan of the villa.
Yeah.
And besides them, we have the fish pond.
Yeah.
So the fish pond is extending from that part of the house, coming this way up to where this video started. This is the front part of the villa. The front part of the villa is this. The fish pond comes all the way and comes down up to this point.
Yeah.
So they have that perspective. This is the Marwa Villa at Villa Medellin in Nyabohansi.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have 3 positive impacts why they are just located here.
Okay.
The first point is I am Marwa's idea, where just it has the villa. The theme of this villa is just black and white, you know.
Black and white, yeah. Very
That's why
good.
you can now see even this fish pond is somehow black and white.
Oh, to complement the house.
Reflect.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Then he wanted the villa to be surrounded with water.
Water. Yeah.
So that water should be given a shape. So the shape we have just given it now, it's the fish pond.
So which is like an L.
Yeah,
an
it's
L.
like an L, yes.
Okay.
And whenever we have now the fish ponds here, the second point comes in. We have a parking lot is just there.
Oh, parking lot. Actually, initially the parking lot was to be this was to be the garage.
Yeah.
But now when this was not installed and the party had so many people, this one had to be constructed to be a house to host many visitors.
Yeah.
So the
we
parking
have a
will
parking
be.
lot there.
You will construct the parking lot
There.
next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
So whenever the parking lot will be just there.
All of this will be parking lot.
Yeah, that's just a parking lot.
Where will the cars enter now?
The cars enter through that way. You can now see hardcore R.
Okay, there.
Yeah, that's where now they pass through.
They will make a way there.
Yeah,
and then they.
beside the fish pond.
Okay.
Yeah, beside the fish pond there.
Oh, okay.
So you know, as a person can just park this now the farthest area from the gate.
Okay.
So we will just need the shortest pathway ever possible to access the villa.
Okay.
So that's why now it's just here to restrict people to pass through one pathway to access the villa.
Okay.
So we'll now park there, will not access the villa, but will now maybe turn round.
Oh yes.
And come back because we have an entry gate where you entered through.
Yeah.
Where we have the mahogany tree door there.
So you enter from there, you park, and then you come down.
Wherever you can just go back and enter through that area.
Yeah, that door. Yeah.
Or you can just go around. Also, we shall have a swimming pool there.
Yeah.
But this pathway here, where we have some sewer line that's passing, it can be a pathway to access this door.
Okay. Okay.
But besides the front yard of this Medellin Gin, it's just we have a swimming pool there.
Oh yeah.
So this villa here is surrounded with water. It's going to be surrounded with water.
Okay.
So the point is just they are just here to restrict people to pass through the restricted pathway to access the villa.
Yeah.
The third point is they are just here for recreational purposes.
Recreational purposes.
And for the family consumption.
Or for the family consumption.
Yeah.
So recreational, the ornamental ones, and the other ones.
The tilapia ones
for consumption. Because tilapia is so sweet.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. So now begs me to ask a question before you proceed.
Yeah.
Now, how can you harvest the fish here?
Okay. Yeah. Harvesting. Come. Look at this fish pond here.
Yeah.
Look at here. We have a large volume of water.
Yeah.
There we have a low volume of water.
Yeah.
So where we have low volume of water, it's now drained from that far end via that drainage pipe.
Okay.
That's the drainage pipe that drains water from that far end and comes with that level.
Okay.
So when it reaches there, we have this now called a harvesting basin.
So this where the
whenever we open that drainage pipe at the second fish pond there, water is now going to move to the second fish pond. Via now we shall put some nets there so as they're not going to pass through to the second fish pond. Okay. So whenever we see that net, so water only will now access to the second fish pond. So it will now be draining water from that far end to this point, but leaving this pot here with water. So the fish will now come from that end to access this pot. Okay. So this is just a very easy pot to catch.
Okay, so you just drain the water and you have your fish.
Yeah, you have them. Okay. So that's the only technique we use.
If you want to harvest just a few, like I want 10, and maybe there are maybe 50. Yeah. How can I just put in the bucket also and fetch?
No, you cannot fetch them.
Okay.
They do disappear. Even if you can now see this, just a small pot.
Okay.
But when I just tell you, I seal here, then I tell you just look for one. You can never catch even one. Oh. But you can just use a scoop net.
Okay, scoop net. Oh yeah, the scoop net.
Yeah, you can use a scoop net.
Or maybe if I'm a new visitor here and I have
a scoop net or a fishing rod.
The fishing rod. Yeah. I can come here, maybe have a beer as I fetch one.
Yeah. But that one, you talk about the dispense bar of just having a beer or a talking about refreshments. Now it's my duty. I'm just going to perform it at my shamba. We are just going there.
We are going to harvest.
I'm going to have an Airbnb.
Oh, okay.
And I have a gazebo. I have a bonfire and a fishing zone.
Will you be able to show us?
We are going there.
Oh, awesome. Very exclusive. Yeah. Have you done that to anybody apart from Marwa?
It's Marwa who gave me an idea, and we are the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm really delighted. Oh man, I don't know. Thank you a million times.
Wagwan.
So we
are
finished
just going there. We are now going to show you where everything is just going to be rearranged there for the project to start via January.
Yeah, guys, don't exit the video. We are going down there to the big fish pond. Yeah.
That's where we are heading.
Yeah.
So
we finished feeding.
I've now finished.
You're finished feeding.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to get some feeds. So as we go with them at my shamba there.
How many times do you feed the fish in a day?
It's just twice a day.
Twice a day.
Around 10 a.m. in the morning.
Okay.
And around 4 p.m. in the evening.
Okay.
So it's now 4 p.m.
Okay.
So I have to feed them here.
Okay.
But the climate is not so good. Somehow rain is just somehow approaching.
Okay.
So but I have to feed them here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we are exiting, and this is the ornamental fish pond. And this is a seepage also, extra water?
This is just this is the second drainage pipe, just an outlet, second outlet, and this is now the drainage pipe. Okay. Whenever I open just here, I'll now drain that water using this pipe.
Can the fish be carried away?
No, it's sealed via the net.
Oh, net. So they won't.
Only water can just pass through.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. This is another view.
Yeah.
How much is this?
Which one?
Fish pond.
Fish pond?
Yeah. Somebody wants to construct such. How much could he?
Construct one?
Yeah.
It's around
450,000 Kenyan shillings.
Yeah, even more than.
Plus the lights, because I see
the lights, everything.
Yeah.
The project to this just millions.
Actually, there'll be lights. They'll improve on this. They'll put more lights.
The lights going to be just installed here.
Yeah. For
just easy viewing.
Yeah.
You know, even fish like lights during the night time.
Yeah.
When the lights are just lit, they are just they like light areas.
Yeah.
So they're just going to just jump under just leisure during the night session. Somebody can just view them. Okay,
so the light is good for the fish because it will help them exercise.
Yeah,
because if they could be in the big lake or river, they normally exercise a lot.
Yes.
So to make your fish not obese, you put the light so that at night they can exercise.
Because during the day, they fear people, you know.
Yeah.
If people are just going to be here so many, so it means that during the day they're not going to exercise themselves.
Okay.
Because of maybe they are fearing people somehow.
Okay.
So during the night session, whenever people are not there, lights are lit, so they are just going to jump and leisure.
Impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the third fish pond under construction still.
Oh, you can see how it looks.
Now this the outlet pipe from the first fish pond, second fish pond, and now it's just the inlet to the third fish pond.
Okay.
This is now it was now meant for the turtles mostly.
Oh, here.
This one here.
Yeah.
And for how we are now we are prospering.
Do you have a tortoise or a turtle here?
Tortoise. They are now here.
There are some tortoises here?
Yeah, they are here.
Okay.
We have stocked them here because of time.
Okay.
Whenever we finish this one now, we shall transfer them back to this one. Now
tortoise or turtles?
This is for the tortoise.
Tortoise?
Yeah.
So we have young...
The upwards there for the turtles.
Okay, so we have young tortoises here?
Yeah. Young, yeah.
Are they used to the water?
Yeah, they are used to water, but we have some timbers inside here that they just go and rest.
Okay.
They have to not just stress themselves in terms of swimming now and then. So they have to relax. So there are some timbers inside here. They go and relax there. So this fish pond here is just going to be for the ornamentals only.
Ornamentals only.
Yeah. The first fish pond, it's a mixture of ornamentals and the tilapia.
Ornamentals and tilapia.
Yeah.
So how do you harvest? ornamentals and how will you sort?
No, you know, we want to just experience the breeding now.
Oh,
we have to exercise our own breeding.
You want to interbreed?
Yeah, we have to interbreed.
And we see how.
We see if we can just have a new breed.
Oh, okay, okay,
yes.
okay. Oh.
So we have to exercise on our own. So after a period of now harvesting, and we have they have now breeded here, we are going to now start the selling to other people.
Oh, so actually this will be like a fish farm, whereby when you have, because this fish could multiply, maybe in the next 8 months there could be
so many
fish, like 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000.
So you'll be selling. How much could you sell one tilapia?
One tilapia, the tilapia one.
Yeah.
Tilapia after like 8 months, it should go up to 300 shillings.
300 shillings.
Yes.
So if you have 10,000 tilapia,
hey, you have a lot
you have
of money.
3 million Kenyan shillings.
Of course, yes.
Oh,
and the ornamentals,
just this small space.
Very small space.
Yeah.
But it's just a small space. But we are just going to use the intensive mode of feeding, which is the use of the concentrate feeds.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And this second fish pond is going to be for the ornamentals only. Which is just now, we shall now experience how they're now breeding and how they're just going to reproduce and multiply inside here. So as now, this is now for catching and selling to other people. Yeah. Then this one here is for the tortoise.
Tortoises.
Yeah. The upper one is for the turtles.
The turtles and then tortoises.
We shall have, this is just the aquaculture fish farming.
Aquaculture.
Yeah.